Okay, how to do a burnout. Put your foot on the accelerator. Okay, and drive. Traction control is off. My foot is on the accelerator. 3, 2, 1. Look at what happened to the camera. You know, nobody said driving a Lexus was cool. Unless you have one of those super rare ones that can like break glass with the exhaust. Especially if you're talking about a soccer mom RV like the Lexus RX. It's okay though, I can say what I want to say about it. I used to own one. Oh look, so cute. But then Lexus rolled out this bad boy. It's the all new Lexus, but it's a special edition black line. Because if you see this color and one of these on the road, buy a lotto ticket because they only made 500 of them in the United States. But what's so good about the Lexus and why am I reviewing it? Well guys, I had some drama at the EVgo charging station the other day when I was trying to charge my electric vehicle. There was only 4 available, but 2 were out of order. There was a huge line and one guy said he never wants to get an EV because of all the drama EV chargers have, which is why he wants to stick to something better and more efficient like a hybrid vehicle. So you just fill up and you're good to go. Now, this is the RX 500H. It's their top of the line model, and it's supposed to be more oriented towards performance. So it has a 4-cylinder hybrid engine. And what's special about this bad boy is it has dual electric motors, front and rear, 366 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 5.9 seconds, so it's not the fastest, but the responsive time is so much better than the previous generations. At a full tank, I was getting around 330, 340 miles, which isn't bad at all. Lexus is known for delivering a smooth, quiet ride, but what happens when you step into the F-Sport Performance trim? I immediately noticed a difference. Right now I'm on normal. I push on the accelerator, a little bit of lag. It's very comfortable. However, what I immediately noticed compared to the previous generation RXs, because we have the 500H with that adaptive suspension, it's a little bit bumpier, just slightly, which is a good thing. I feel like I can hug the curves so much better. I don't have that boaty feeling. Like, look at that. That control, much better than the previous generations. And you can just kind of see how I'm able to hug the curve so easily. But I don't think I'm ever gonna put it in normal mode. If I'm getting a 500H, I'm gonna be keeping it in sport mode the entire time, baby. Which is another thing I don't like. You have to re-enable sport mode every single time you get into the car. The second I turned it on, the hybrid 4-cylinder turbo engine kicked on. You already feel the suspension tighten up. It feels stiffer. I feel more bumps. It doesn't feel like a Lexus in that sense, because I'm going over all these bumps. It's a lot more rigid. I still have some body roll. Still feels a little bit loose, but it's not so boaty like it used to be before. Remember, it's not gonna be super fast. It's not gonna be instant torque acceleration, but if you need some speed, it is there and it does provide that for you, which is good. We're gonna go and turn on the headlights to see the F-Sport headlights, and it looks good on the road. Like with that gray paint, the orange brake calipers, the gloss black rims, the triple beam LED headlights and fog lights. I like it. Now we're gonna go ahead and put into Eco. When I push on the accelerator, it doesn't have that instant acceleration that the sport mode did. The suspension has softened up considerably because those bumps that I fell on the road, I don't feel it anymore. And it just became a much quieter, smoother ride. They also have a custom mode where you can customize. You want the steering wheel to feel sporty, the suspension to feel sporty, but you want the acceleration to be calm and chill, you could do that as well. Turning radius is great on the RX. U-turn super tight, and it is because of that independent rear steering, so that helps a lot. What's crazy is it has something called adaptive cruise mode, where if you let your foot off of the accelerator, it knows there's a car in front and automatically pushes the brakes, kind of like one pedal driving. I don't know how they're doing that, because look, I'm not even pressing on the brake, and it really helps slow down the vehicle for me. Stays in the lanes, hands free. Unfortunately, it doesn't change lanes for you, but it's nice. So I could change the active sound control to high. And it just sounds so loud. It sounds like I'm in like a V8 car, but I'm not. I'm in like a 4-cylinder turbo hybrid, but it's cool. This one actually sounds real. I'm gonna turn it off now. Sound level is off. It doesn't sound as cool. So this is the F Sport trim. The grille looks super cool, has like this cool little nose. They made it much more aerodynamic than before. It also has their triple beam LED package. And what's cool is a lot of car brands aren't doing this anymore, but you get fog lights still, which is nice. And you also have cornering headlamps for improved visibility at night. The one thing I love that Lexus did, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's the F Sport model and the Black Line Edition, is that there's no chrome. I hate chrome. But this used to be chrome. They made it all black. Even the chrome is like a nice gunmetal chrome, so it looks so much better than that silver chrome. Even the handles, it's all blacked out, and I love that. You got black side skirts here. It looks good. And that's why I feel like Lexus does a great job at making a car look super sporty and sexy, but it's not made for like a performance junkie. And that look continues on the interior. And the second you enter, the Black Line Edition continues with the sexy Alcantara headliner, black leather, and it is beautiful in the Black Line. You have this Alcantara suede here, Mark Levinson sound system, digital latch. The side door actually holds a hydro flask, which is awesome. So they made it much bigger and more versatile. Once you go on the inside, it is just the common Lexus look. You have some gloss black here. You have a good amount of buttons. The steering wheel feels great, very solid pedals. And because you have the F Sport version, we also get the aluminum pedals and it looks great. You have a 14-inch touchscreen, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Also have a center that changes based on your drive modes. Heads-up display, digital rear view mirror, which is very luxurious. Overall, Lexus is dependable, it's reliable, it's great build quality, no creaking, squeaking, it feels solid, it feels great. Wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A ports, you got the gear shifter here, can't complain. But here's where Lexus always falls short, which is actually a good and bad thing, the tech. So let's talk about it. Feels like you're in a Lexus, right? It's ancient, but it works. It's not a young person infotainment control center. There's no YouTube, there's no dog mode. It's just a simple layout. It is a little bit laggy. And that was one annoying thing I was having. But I mean, at least you have buttons for the front defroster, the rear defroster, actual volume buttons, which is cool. These are nice. They feel premium, have some grip to it to change the climate. And a lot of people like that. But that's it. That's the UI. Now, we are in the second row of the Lexus RX. And we have the panoramic view, glass roof here, which is nice. I'm 6'3". As you can see, my head is jammed up against the headrest. So it is not the most comfortable for me. However, the beauty is we have the ability to recline and raise the seat. So I can be upright like this, but it's still not the most comfortable back here for me because of this piece here. It's really low. Alcantara on the side of the seats. I love that sporty F look. Provides a little bit more grip if someone's sitting in the back and you're ripping it and gripping it. A nice little cup holder here as well as storage. It's just so solid, so comfortable. And I think that's the important part, so familiar, because that's who this car is for. It's for people who want not a lot of change, but they want something updated, they want something new. You also have heated and ventilated seats in the second row. Normally it's always heated, but we also have the ability to cool the butt here and control the temperature in the back here as well. USB-C ports for charging, which is really nice. And just, do you hear the sound of the door when it closes? Just so solid, so Lexus. That's what they're good at. And trunk space is really good too in the RX. You can see all my stuff here, suitcase, 2 backpacks, and I still have tons of space. But the nice thing is you can bring the rear seats down and at the touch of a button, goes up by itself. So I'm glad Lexus added that. That is a nice, luxurious, premium touch. Overall, it's like a nice family SUV, works great. In the trunk, you can also get an optional AC outlet, and you can get the seats in a 40-20-40 split, so the middle seat can go down only. So if you're carrying golf clubs or something, you could just do it that way. So this Black Line, it sits above the standard RX F Sport trim. And with that upgrade, you get that paint, the all black gloss look, very sporty. You get the 21-inch wheels, the orange brake calipers, and it just looks so nice. While it's not like canyon carving, extremely tight turns, they definitely improved it since the previous generation models. I do wish the steering feel was a little bit firmer. However, who is this car for, right? People who just want a more comfortable, chill ride. So when you hear the word Lexus, you think luxury, right? And I believe that. I believe it's not German luxury, it's Japanese luxury at its finest. But for me, when I hear the word L, I think of last forever. You know, we've had our Tesla for like 5 years, our miles are going down, the wear and tear on the vehicle, you could just tell. Boy, the Lexus, you could have it for like 20 plus years. and it lasts forever. This is the car you're gonna drive to the ground. But if you're gonna get any sort of Lexus RX, I highly recommend the plug-in hybrid version or the 500h model, which is this one. The driving dynamics make it so much better. It makes it actually feel much more fun and easier to drive. So the one thing, it's a Lexus, right? They make it look like it's for the young bucks and the young kids. However, the technology isn't there. It's very, very old-fashioned. I think that's the best way to put it. Other stuff, because I have the Blackline edition, it's like a $2,500 upgrade, but still, it's like limited edition, only 500 made. I wish Lexus put in some sort of badging or something to let me know what number I am. Like, what number am I? I just put 1 out of 500 in title because I thought that was cool. And I thought I could see it in the VIN or something, but it just says like 21,529, which makes no sense. So I wish I knew what number I was in the queue of 500. That would have been cool. Overall, I think it's true. Lexus is luxury and it's also lasts forever. So build quality is impeccable. No problems, no squeaking, rattling. It's just a solid car to drive.